Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yadira. Before we get started, make sure you give this video a thumbs up because I know you're gonna like it. And also, make sure you subscribe. I know I look kind of crazy, but I just kind of needed like my bello out of the way, you know, because fine. Anyways, oh, that looks kind of cute. Sort of ish. For today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, we are here to chismear a little bit. I figured that would be a great way for me to do makeup while I talk to you guys, and then you guys don't get bored, and then you guys can watch my channel, and then you guys subscribe to my channel, and then yeah. This story time video is gonna be about the time that Jose and I moved out. Bitch, let me tell you. That was something else. We're gonna start off with the eyes as usual. For today's look, we're gonna be using this Posse palette by Gale Cosmetics. I love it so much. I have literally been using it every single day for the last 5 days since I received it. It is gorgeous, like perfect for the holiday season. You have your glitters, you have your mattes, you have your shimmers, and let me tell you, the glitters, well, so far, the one that I've used has been bomb.com, because a lot of the times these kind of glitters are really hard to show up, or they become kind of more like a lip scrub, and yeah, we're gonna try to do that. But this formula is something I've never seen before, so I just wanted to kind of give them a little shout out and share that with you guys. I will leave their information down below if you guys are interested. Okay, so Jose and I moved out when I was 19 years old. I almost feel like I have to tell you guys the backstory, but that's gonna be like another video because that was like a whole mess of its own that I feel like I have to have to say here. So Jose and I have been together for 11 years, as you guys know already, and if you don't know, then you know. We have never been that couple that was like about breaking up, you know, if we're gonna be together, we're gonna be together, and if we're gonna like be mad at each other, we're gonna be mad at each other, but we're gonna be together. I look like a clown already. We broke up one time, and that's been the only time we have ever broken up, and I ain't gonna go into detail about that because that's gonna be another story time. But we broke up. We obviously ended up fighting our way together because what's meant to be will be, and I hit him up and I was like, yo, Jose, can I see you? And he's like, yeah, and I was like, all right, cool. Basically, when we decided to get back together, let me know down below if you guys understand where I'm coming from, because this is my point of view, my story to tell, not his, mine. I feel like sometimes guys, especially if they're younger, or men, sometimes need a little push. You know what I mean? I was like, we have been together for 4 years and I ain't seen no motherfucking ring in this finger. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding about that. I was actually very terrified. Oh my god. Okay, another little story time before that little story time. He invited me out to eat for our 1-year anniversary. So I was 16 by this point. And basically what happened was he took me to like a very, very fancy restaurant, and he was like, oh babe, dress up nicely, I'm gonna pick you up. And I was like, okay. So we got to the restaurant, and then he was like grabbing my hand, telling me how much he loved me and all this other stuff, and I was like, oh my god, how sweet, how romantic. All of a sudden he brings this little box out, and he's like grabbing my hand, and I'm like freaking out. In my head, I'm like, oh my god, I'm only 16. And I start freaking out.
I was like, oh baby, I love you too, but I ain't trying to marry you. So I was actually very afraid of marriage.
It turned out to be a necklace, not a ring, and I was over here like flipping balls in my mind. I was like telling myself like, how am I gonna say no to him kind of situation. But he didn't propose to me. Okay, so back to our story. I always knew the struggles of, you know, what my parents went through, just being married and having kids super young. So I was always like, yeah, no, that's not gonna be me. I feel like sometimes men need a little push, you know, that's what I want to call it. Mi camisa. Ya valió madre mi camisa. Jose and I got back together, and I was like, you know, we've been together for 4 years, and I don't want to stay in the same situation that we're in. I don't want to be just boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. And I feel like in a relationship, if you don't see that with your partner of progressing or being more than just what you guys are, like, I mean, I'm not saying everybody has to get married or anything like that or have kids, because like not everything's for everybody, but I'm saying like you get to a point in your relationship where you want more than just dating. Does that make sense? That's just my opinion. I've met many women that have felt the same way. I'm not saying that's the only way, but I'm just saying like you get to a point where you're like, are we gonna move out? Are we gonna buy stuff together? Are we gonna make a life together? Because I feel like at the end of the day, like, you don't enter a relationship to be like, oh yes, we're gonna break up in 2 months. You're gonna break my heart in 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, I sat down with Jose and I was like, dude, we're either like getting serious or like we can't be together, you know? He likes to say that I gave him an ultimatum, but I didn't give him an ultimatum. I was just wanting more in my relationship. I didn't want to just be the girlfriend that was just there. Like, that's not what I was about. I wanted to be more than that. I wanted to feel special and start making my life with him. Like, I felt back then that I was ready for that. So we talked to our parents and we told them, hey you guys, like, Jose and I have decided to move out, and we decided that we were going to start looking for apartments. Now, voy a ser completamente honesta con ustedes. Yo no pensé que nos iban a aprobar. I had no idea they were going to approve us that fast. And I think both of our families were kind of like, huh, yeah, sure, these kids are they're gonna move out, like, you know. And I was still in school. We applied to a few different apartments, but the apartment that we really liked called us 2 weeks later, and they tell us that we have been approved. And the lady's like, yeah, as a matter of fact, you guys can move in this weekend. And we're like in a few days? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, holy shit. I didn't think we were gonna get approved to begin with, and I didn't think that we were gonna move out that fast. So Jose's family, you know, they were super cool about it. I think his dad was just like kind of ready for Jose to move out anyway. My family, my mom's like, ya tía, ¿qué van a decir tus tías? ¿Qué van a decir tus tíos? Cásate. Te tienes que casar. And you know, like, now that I'm a mom, I'm like, I get it. But back then I was like, Mom, I don't want to be married. I'm 19. Like, I just want to make sure this is gonna work out, and if not, I got my bedroom right here, you know. And she's like, no, like, I don't know if it's just kind of like a Hispanic culture thing, but she was really insisting of me getting married. And I did not want to get married. And her biggest thing was, ¿qué van a decir la gente? ¿Qué van a decir tus tíos, tus tías? She tried so hard to convince me. She even went out of her way to tell me, like, te hacemos una boda por el civil, which is, if you don't know what the civil is, it's just like getting married through the court and just having like a little barbecue party kind of situation. And I was like, absolutely not. The day I get married, I want my wedding to be at a church. So now the next part of the story, I want to talk to you guys about something that we actually never ever share with any of our friends and family. I genuinely consider you guys my friends. I have conversations with you guys. We DM. I have met some amazing people through here. So I'm gonna share this with you guys. I kind of let you guys know how things were. Like, I'm trying to keep it real with you guys, you know? So we ended up having to sell Jose's car because we needed money for the deposit. We were both working back then, but honestly, you guys, like, minimum wage was like $7 back then. And on top of that, do you remember how I told you guys that Jose and I had broken a few months prior? Well, he actually had, oh bitch, don't do that, you scared me. I actually had been working with my dad prior to all of this, but when Jose and I broke up, you know, my dad went into full-on daddy mode and was like, yeah, Jose, you're fired. Like, my daughter is a hot mess and you're fired. Like, we don't want to see you around here. Honestly, that's what happened. And just a little promo, you can use Yeti Rose for 10% off on my website to try out my blush. It's amazing. It's bomb.com and you will love it, period. So that weekend comes, right? I grabbed most of my stuff. My mom was pissed. Like, she knew I was gonna move out. Like, we had already told them, right, 2 weeks prior, but I mean, we still had told them. But she was pissed. I think she was mad and disappointed that I didn't get married. But for me, it was like, I didn't want to get married, so I wasn't gonna get married. They didn't help us move out. They didn't help me move any of my furniture, any of our bed, anything. They didn't help us move anything out. I sent Jose back to get the rest of my stuff. It was funny because he told me that when he went, my dad was just like sitting on the couch and was like, and he was like, "Here we go. I'm here for you, dear stuff." And my dad was just like, "All right." You know, and he went to my room and got it, but they didn't offer to help. They didn't, I mean, yeah, they didn't want to. My mom, I think, was the one that got affected the most out of us moving out. Because, you guys, she did not talk to me for almost a year. And, you know, I'm the oldest one. I think being the oldest, I was just like always a mama bear. And my siblings meant so much to me. They still do, but they're older now and they don't follow me as much anymore. And she didn't let me talk to them. She didn't let me see them. She didn't let me talk to them. Like, she punished me. She basically said, "You are no longer part of this family." And she did not talk to me. It actually took a long time for her to talk to me, and it was only because I got super sick and I reached out to them. I was like, "Hey," I didn't even want to call them. Like, that's how bad things were. I did a little group text and I was like, "Hey, mom and dad, I know we're not talking right now, but I want to let you guys know that I'm actually not doing good and that I am going to the doctors and they're going to be putting me to sleep, and I'm just letting you know," you know, because I was always like super afraid of everything that was gonna come our way. Was it cool of my mom to do that? Absolutely not. Is it something that I agree with? Absolutely not. Is it something I would do to Jasmine? Absolutely not. But that was my mom's way of coping with us moving out, me moving out. It was just kind of like, you know, she was just being Iris. My mom basically disowned me and was like, "Yeah, we don't know her. So I'm gonna let this bake, so let's chat it up just a minute." After we moved out, we learned that things were not all butterflies and rainbows. We learned really quick how hard it was to move out. And this is the part that I was telling you guys that I was gonna share with you guys. Like, Jose and I were so broke, you guys. Like, it was insane how broke we were. And let me put it this way, every month we would be like, "Holy shit, how are we gonna pay our rent? How are we gonna pay our bills?" We didn't know how we were gonna pay all of that. We literally did not tell anybody. We didn't ask for help. Not once did we ask for help. Every month after we'd pay our bills, we would look at each other and kind of laugh and cry at the same time, because we'd be like, "Oh my god, like, we don't even know how we paid our bills, you guys." Like, it was like Josita was just watching us and taking care of us and guiding us, because it was a struggle. It was definitely a struggle. That is something that we never share with our family, with our friends. I think just recently we told my parents, but my dad, when we told them, this was actually like super recent, like a month ago or something, he's like, "Ay, mija, ¿por qué no me hablaron? ¿Por qué no me dijeron que ocupaban ayuda?" And I'm like, "Dad, y'all hated our asses back then. What are you talking about?" It also helped us learn how to grow and appreciate everything that we have now so much more. I have seen Jose grow into such an amazing man. Not only is he such an amazing husband, he is an amazing father to Jasmine that I, like, honest to God, couldn't have asked for a better man to be by my side. Our hometown, they judge us. our family, oh, our family, I ain't got no motherfucking family, but when they were my family, they criticized us, they judged us, and they stayed talking about us. But you know what? That's okay. In our hometown, they kind of talk about us too, and they try to talk about all the materialistic things that we have, but nobody knows our stories. Like, this is the first time that I'm publicly talking about us being so broke that we had no idea how we were gonna pay. And I mean, there's a lot more to the story, but you know, I'm just kind of saying it like that because this video is gonna be super long already. It doesn't hurt our feelings anymore because we have worked so hard for what we have. Anyways, that's a different story. Okay, so I'm back looking super cute. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about doing my hair, but yes, it's almost 11 p.m. that I'm like, yeah, we're really gonna do it. I did have my hair in a braid earlier today, so you know, this kind of works out because it gives it kind of like a beachy kind of style illusion. Como que me peiné, pero no me peiné, because if you go like this, your fingers will get stuck. Yeah, another little promo moment is, you guys, this lipstick is a limited edition. This color shade, it is black. It is black like my soul. Whoa. And there's only a limited amount of them, and once it is gone, it will be gone for a while. So that completes my story time of the time Jose and I moved out. My family basically disowned me, and we were super broke and had no idea how we were going to pay our stuff. But 7 years later, here we are. We live in our beautiful manufactured home, and we are thriving and succeeding in life, and I am pursuing my dreams of being on social media and having my own business. Let me know down in the comments down below if you guys can relate. Let me know what your family has said or done. Like, what is the chisme? Let us chismosas chat. I consider you guys my friends, and I hope you guys consider me your friends. My DMs are always open. I don't respond right away, I'm gonna be completely honest, but I always respond. That being said, if you guys did like this video and if you like this makeup tutorial, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked it, loved it, hated it, whatever. Just enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.